This is Optimal Finance Daily, episode 1296, How to Talk About Money with Your Significant Other, Part 1, by Kristin Wong with IWillTeachYouToBeRich.com. And I'm Dan, I'm your host, and this is where I read to you from some of the best blogs on personal finance each and every day, including weekends and holidays. We've got 5 shows in our network which cover all different topics, and you can search for Optimal Living Daily wherever you're hearing this to find all 5 of the podcasts, soon to be 6 actually, and I'll be telling you about that in a few days. Today's post is from Kristin Wong. We've of course heard from her many times. She's one of our regular authors. This time she's blogging at Ramit Sethi's site, IWillTeachYouToBeRich.com. So let's get right to it and hear from Kristin as we start optimizing your life. How to Talk About Money with Your Significant Other, Part 1, by Kristin Wong with IWillTeachYouToBeRich.com. People are more comfortable talking about their love lives than they are about their financial lives. And I should know. I've asked. Years ago, I hosted a Woman on the Street video series for MSN called By the Numbers. It involved hitting the streets of Los Angeles and asking people about their relationships and lives. You'd think it would be an awkward topic for people to discuss, but you'd be wrong. I learned more about where, how, and with whom people were getting it on than I ever wanted to know. A personal finance editor who followed my work enjoyed the series and asked if I would produce similar videos for her, but centered around money instead of relationships. Yes, I said, because I thought it would be so much easier to talk to people about their finances. Oh man, I could not have been more wrong. I'd ask strangers basic questions, such simple questions like, are you saving for retirement? They would look at me with some serious side-eye, like I was trying to sell them Amway. One guy in Burbank asked, who are you with? People hate talking about money with just about anyone, not only some random woman on the street, but also the people they're in a relationship with. For many couples, money isn't a topic on the discussion table. As you can read about in a link in this post, 4 in 10 married people don't even know how much money their spouse makes, and 40% of couples don't even talk about money before they get married. The problem with this is money issues are a huge predictor of divorce. It's not just important to talk about money in your relationship, it's absolutely crucial if you want to give your relationship a fighting chance. Icebreakers to get the conversation started. Once you know your relationship is getting serious, or if you're already there, you need to sit down with your partner and talk about your past, present, and future money situation. Sometimes these conversations happen organically. You decide to shack up and must now figure out how you'll split rent, for example. Perfect time to talk money. It's not always that easy, though. Sometimes you need an icebreaker. Here are a few easy scripts you can use to jumpstart a money conversation in your own relationship. To avoid unpleasant surprises down the road, you can say, before we talk about moving in together, we should talk about our finances. To ensure your partner doesn't feel judged, try this. I'd like to share my money situation and goals with you, and I'd like to learn about yours. To ensure you're committed, you might say, since our relationship is getting to the next level, I'd like to know more about your finances, and I want to tell you about mine. If you want to set the tone that money is important to you, you might try this. A secure financial life is important to me. Let me tell you how I handle money, and you can tell me how you deal with finances. And to approach the conversation casually, you could say, I know so much about you, but I don't know about your financial life. People can be very defensive about their money issues, and money is a topic loaded with embarrassment and judgment, and no one likes to be embarrassed or judged. The scripts I just went through work well because they're not accusatory. You're not shining a lamp in your partner's face and interrogating him. This is a two-way street. You're offering to share your financial situation as well. Topics you need to discuss. You'll want to talk about your financial past, present, and future. Your financial past. Talk about any debt you've struggled with in the past. Did you pay it off? Did it go to collections? Also, what was your family's financial situation growing up? It seems like overkill, but ask any mental health professional and they'll tell you, our childhood experiences play a role in our future habits. So it's important to understand your partner's early experiences with money and how they might shape their present view of it. Try these scripts. What are some of your earliest memories of money? My family struggled with money. Did yours? What about debt? Did you ever have trouble with credit cards like so many people do? Remember that these can be touchy topics, so keep the conversation objective by focusing on the fact that many people have past money issues. Your financial present. Talk about any financial goals you're currently working toward or any setbacks you might be struggling with. Are there any big expenses you're paying for at the moment? Talk about your income and how you budget too. Try these scripts. My financial goal is, insert goal here. What's yours? Right now, my biggest struggle is my student loan, or anything else you struggle with. What's yours? Let's talk about how we budget and compare notes. My income is $50,000 a year, and my expenses are about $2,000 a month. Your financial future. Finally, share your goals for the future. These don't just have to be money-specific goals like open a retirement account. Talk about your dreams, like if you want to buy a house, raise kids, go on an epic vacation, whatever. All of those things cost money, so finances will inevitably be part of the picture. Try these scripts. Someday I'd like to retire in Costa Rica. I'm trying to max out my 401k now to make that happen someday. What are your goals for the future? My dream is to buy a home someday. Right now I'm paying off my student loan, and I don't know if it will happen anytime soon, but it's something I'm researching. What about you? What are some things you want to accomplish in life? It's kind of cheesy, but you could even try the old, "What would you do with $1 million?" question. Is it corny? Kinda, but it can offer some interesting insight into how someone deals with and thinks about money. To make things even easier, use the checklist in this post with specific topics to discuss. You need to hit on these topics whether you're talking about money for the first time or in an established relationship. For example, my husband and I try to have a regular discussion about money every 2 or 3 months, just to make sure we're still on the same page and our short-term and long-term goals haven't changed. Of course, past financial issues will always be there, but your financial present and future goals can certainly evolve and probably will. Whenever you sit down and have the conversation, use the checklist as a guideline for stuff to talk about. Find your money script. Hear that in tomorrow's episode. You just listened to part 1 of the post titled How to Talk About Money with Your Significant Other by Kristin Wong with IWillTeachYouToBeRich.com. And I will finish the rest for you tomorrow, but for now, hope you're having a great day and thanks so much for being here. I'll see you back here for the Sunday show tomorrow, and that's where we'll finish up this post and where your optimal life awaits.